this is Lyndall and welcome to my other channel, which is a lot less formal than my card making channel. And I thought I'd do a plan with me video. This will be my very first year doing a bullet journal, and I'm hoping to stick with it. I did manage to do it for the latter half of last year, and this is to try and help me keep my shit together, because I really don't have my shit together. So instead of doing a word for the month, for the year, I'm sort of doing an affirmation, and it's create, don't procrastinate, because I love me a bit of procrastination, and I've really got to work at just creating more. So part of my procrastination lately has been because my schoolwork's getting to the end. I'm nearly finished my degree and I'm just getting so tired of it. So I find it takes me longer to do stuff because I'm just so exhausted by it and burnt out by university. And thankfully it's coming to an end soon. And it just saps my energy for other things, like my creativity and doing the things I like to do. So I end up just getting lost in hours of nothing, which I'm hoping to break out of that habit. So for my 2019 cover page, I'm just doing puddles of water. And the reason I chose this is because it is summer here in Australia and it's really hot, but after the heat, or what we locals call the big sweat, we get the big wet, which is where it rains a lot. And I mean roads flooded, town cut off sort of rain. So I knew that that was coming, and this was just after Christmas, and we had some really, really hot Christmas days, like Christmas holidays. And I was actually looking forward to a little bit of water to cool the humidity down. So for my year at a glance, I didn't want to do a future log that had many pages because I just find that I don't use all the space. I had my previous bullet journal was a traveler's notebook. It was the Diane Reevely dialogue system, and I just felt that there was a lot of space that was unused, especially for my future log. So I thought I would do a sort of a bit of a Dutch door type setup. So I've got the months of the year going across the top, and I don't have January because I'm obviously going to be going straight into a January spread. So what I've done here is I've cut that one bit and I've glued the top bit down onto the next page. So basically the bottom third of my page is going to be my future log, and that's where the Dutch door is. So as you can see, I'm using washi to make that little section a little bit more stable. And I can cut the washi to size on my craft mat, which is actually, it's a glass craft mat and it's handy for stuff like that. So I just cut some strips of washi down and got that done. And I put a quote in here, and it's a Yoda quote, and it's difficult to see, always in motion is the future, which is very true. So I also outlined the word future log with my purple mild liner, which you didn't get to see because my camera cut out. I sort of lost a lot of footage while I was doing this. As I said, I don't have my shit together. So this is a page inspired by Amanda Rach Lee, and it's basically a grid cheat sheet, and I've got to say, it's actually my favourite page in my bullet journal. I like the colours. I just like it. It's weird that it's my favourite, but it is, so. So what I'm doing here is I'm colour coding halves, quarters, thirds, so that I can quickly just look at it and see which is what. And on the side, I will be labeling it with T for thirds, Q for quarters, H for half, and they're basically for box style layouts. And then I will be marking exactly how many squares are up and how many squares are down with that grey or brown, and then grey is just halved right through for just line layouts. And as you can see, I've numbered those as well. And here I am labeling the quarters, halves and thirds sections. And as you can see, I did that all with some mild liners, which I just bought. I actually went crazy on stationery for Christmas. I might do a whole video, we'll see. And this is my 2018 year in review. I still haven't filled that out yet. So here is sort of, it's a goals wish list, sort of wish and need sort of page. And this is for my website, my Instagram, my YouTube, just general stuff, content creation, my bullet journal, my mixed media, my card making, and my content creation. And the four on the left hand side are basically goals, and the four on the right hand side will have a goals section, a wish list, like so need and want. So there are certain things that I feel that I need to help me with my content creation, to help me with my bullet journaling throughout the year. And while my bullet journal section will probably not get used until towards the end of the year, where I need to plan, or whenever I fill up my bullet journal and need a new one, the other sections will come in handy a lot sooner. And I've actually started using the content creation one, and I'm in the middle of acquiring equipment for live streams, so that should be fun when I get all that together. I have to rewire my craft space for that, which I'm sort of also in the middle of doing. And here is my brain dump page. This is, it's basically for anything goes. If I want to think about something, art designs or things that I think that I could probably do and put online. And next to that, I have a 3-page spread for content creation, which is where I'll put my projects for YouTube in these little boxes. There's one for each month. And as you can see, I'm drawing most things freehand. Bullet journals don't have to be extremely pretty, they just have to be functional. And I could have used a ruler, but I don't know, it's just something about doing it freehand. Gives the page a bit more character. And I feel it's a little bit quicker because to use a ruler you have to use a smaller ruler and you have to keep moving it. And I just colour in the play buttons. So I don't really have a theme for my bullet journal and the yearly section. It just is what it is. And these are some of my yearly trackers. And I'm female, so yeah. This is my time of the month tracker. I've labelled it Shark Week and I've drawn a shark. So I thought it was quite fitting. And sharks are actually quite easy to draw. It's a very, very simple drawing. The hardest part is the tail on this perspective. So I'm using a combination of super tips, Crayola super tips, and mild liners, the zebra mild liners, to colour it in. And using a Tombow Fudenosuke pen for the black. And I have those Tombow Fudenosuke brushes because I'm plan on practicing my lettering and calligraphy, which is pretty objectively crap at the moment, but it's obviously something that you need practice to become good at it. So, you know, I've only just started and that's fine. I don't have to be perfect at everything. So this is my year of keto spread, and I'm going to track me doing keto because I need to lose some weight, and I figured keto was probably a very good way to go about it. So I'm just drawing some keto-friendly foods around the tracker. Colouring that in with some mild liners. And probably using some of my Crayola super tips as well. Now just lettering the months and numbering the days. And then my next spread will be a sort of like a finance thing. I'm going to be tracking the days that I don't spend money. And I sort of stuffed up here. I went down a square lower than I did on the pages on the other side. But that's okay. I still had another little section of dot grid underneath that, so it worked out okay. So I've got a tracker for not spending, and then I've got a tracker for my bills that are sort of repetitive, you know, monthly, every 2 weeks, so fortnightly, and yearly. Or is it quarterly? No, I think I put quarterly down. I have very few things that come yearly. And here I'm just scribbling in some colour. And next to that is a package tracker to track when I've bought things and when they're coming. And this spread is my master grocery list and a shopping list. And I felt that this would be very useful because I am doing keto this year, that I could write down all the keto-friendly foods that I like or need and work out what I'm going to meal prep and buy each week. So now I'm just filling out the key page. With the mostly standard with a couple of differences. And now I'm just filling out the index page. And since I got a lot of new stationery, I probably will do a whole video when it all finally arrives. I nearly have it all, not quite. Have most of it, but not quite all of it yet. So here's a look at my new bullet journal, my Scribbles That Matter, my name, and I'll finish that out later, and the date that it started, the title page, the key, and my index, my affirmation, my yearly title page, my combination year at a glance and future log with my quote, my Yoda quote. Then we have my grid measurement cheat sheet, and as I said, it's, for some reason, it's my favorite spread. And my year in review, and then I've got my goals and my wish list. And then I have my brain dump page, and the next 3 pages are content creation for my YouTube channels for the next 12 months, if my bullet journal lasts that long. Then I have my time of the month tracker, my year of keto tracker, my no spend and bills tracker, my package tracker, and then I have my master grocery list, which I still need to fill out, and I'll use some post-it notes for my shopping list. So that's my bullet journal for 2019. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Hope to see you guys again. Love it if you subscribed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.